I'm a bit confused which iPhone I should buy. That is iPhone 13 or iPhone 12.
Well, that's an interesting question, and let's just zoom out a little bit and make it a larger question. Why just the iPhone? Any Apple product, namely an iPhone, an Apple Watch, AirPods, especially these three, right? Because they're expensive products to put your money in, and perhaps you won't change them for the next 2, 3, maybe 4 years. So if you're in the market for a new phone, new TWS earbuds, and of course a new smartwatch, if you're already in the Apple ecosystem and want to upgrade, then please wait. Please wait for a couple of reasons. The first reason being the Apple event is on September 7th. That's not far away, that's a stone's throw away, and you're going to get a lot of things. Let's round up the rumors very quickly. You asked about an iPhone 13 or 12. The iPhone 14 will be a design change most likely. Something that we are really looking forward to is them getting rid of this notch. That's a big deal in Apple ecosystem, iPhone land, right? If they've removed this, that's a big deal. There's going to be a small pill-shaped cut, so you'll have a better display, at least a more immersive experience. You'll also have much better cameras. There's one rumor which says they're going to do away with their 12 megapixels and move on to 48 megapixels. That sounds very minuscule when you compare it to Android devices, but if iPhone is doing it, if Apple is doing it, you can expect some fantastic imaging quality and capabilities. That's not all. They're also talking about an astrophotography mode. There's a lot of things that are happening. Also, maybe they do away with the mini lineup, but they're going to have an iPhone 14, a 14 Max, a 14 Pro, and a 14 Pro Max. Now, what's the 14 Max? It's the same size as a Pro Max device, but without Pro features. So if you like a bigger iPhone but don't want to spend too much money on the top of the line model, that might be an option. That's number one, right? Let's then move into the Apple Watch. If they are actually competing with Garmin and launching an Apple Watch 8 Pro, which might be a little more expensive, it'll be meant for the rugged outdoors. So wait for that, because that's a new product altogether if that comes. And of course, the AirPods Pro 2. We've been waiting for a very long time for them, and maybe the time has come. So that's the first case scenario. If you want to splash the big bucks on perhaps the latest and greatest from Apple on September 7th. Those devices will come out first to America maybe in September 16th, 14th, something like that. And then by the end of September, they'll flood all the markets around here in India, Dubai, and the like. The second case is that some of the products that you might be in the market for, be it the previous AirPods Pro or even an iPhone 13 Pro Max or 13 Pro or 12 Pro as well, will become a lot cheaper, and they're very good devices as well. There won't be some sort of monumental changes, though they are saying that this September 7th event would entail a lot of them, but they'll still be great devices. You might get great deals. The festive season's coming. There are back to school offers coming as well. You might bag a bunch of them like the AirPods free with your next MacBook or iPad purchase. So my advice is wait up, hold up. Let's wait till September 7th and we'll have this conversation yet again.
I'm a bit confused about the Samsung Flip 4 and Fold 4 new phones. Can you please suggest me which one is worth buying?
I knew there was going to be a folding or a flipping question on the show in this particular engagement section. And that's why I have both devices with me, which we've been using since we got back from Samsung Galaxy Unpacked. Of course, it was a crazy event where we got you our initial impressions, but I gave you a hint of a verdict back then itself, right? We compared it with the Fold 3 and the Flip 3, which were good devices. These are incremental upgrades from the previous generation, but I'll tell you why this, according to me, is the real showstopper. That's because if you have to spend 1 lakh, 30, 40, 50,000 rupees, that's a lot of money to spend on a phone, which if you're going to spend on as your primary driver, you have to get used to this whole fold concept. I love it, but I use it as my Android device along with an iPhone. So I'm pretty okay with it. It's great when you're traveling. You can watch content and download it on it. You can use the S Pen, which comes as a separate accessory. And most of the time you can get the job done over here itself. One small bit which I must point out, since we are being completely honest, is that while the display is amazing, the battery is also great. The camera has gotten much better, and we'll show you shots of that in subsequent episodes. But sometimes I find it a little bit inconvenient to put on the ear like this, and I don't feel like it is the best call experience, but maybe that's just me. Either way, this is a great device, and if you have that sort of money and you want the best foldable in the business, this is the undisputed king. But if you don't want to spend more than 1 lakh on a phone, and that's a lot of money, completely understandable, this one would cost as much maybe as an iPhone 13 or 14, and you'd have a very cool looking phone. I love this color. And you'd also be in the foldables space. It's not like this outside display is completely useless. They've made it a lot more useful. The camera's better. It's not a flagship camera. It can't really compete with the iPhone or the S22 Ultra, but it is a much more practical, pocketable, and easier to handle sort of a device. So I really think if you've already got a Flip 3 or a Fold 3, maybe you don't need to upgrade just yet. But if you're on the market for a new foldable and have a lot of money to spend, then yes, the Fold 4 is, like I said, the OG. But if you want to spend a little bit lesser and perhaps experiment with a device which really makes your life easier, then the Flip 4 is a great deal as well.
If you like the video, do like, comment, share and subscribe.